I'm Chris, you're watching FRAG-MENTAL. So, as you saw from the title of this video, I've got a Dua haul. So Mahsam, the owner of Dua Fragrances, got in contact and said, would you like to try a few of the Dua releases that you've not tried yet? And I said, only if you deliver them by hand. So Mahsam has very kindly brought over a few fragrances that I've not smelled yet, so I'm really looking forward to smelling these for the first time on camera. As we smell them, I'm going to let you know what I think of them, and Mahsam is going to give us a little bit of a background on each of these fragrances. Yeah. So how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Thanks for coming to York.
Bro, thanks for having me. Like, seriously, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. We've just been out for lunch and
York
chatted about everything FRAG
and beautiful.
Yeah.
Just stunned.
Everyone says that when they come to York. Beautiful. It is, yeah. York's a beautiful city, and we've chosen a ruin here to film in front of. It's actually quite quiet here where we're filming. It's quite lucky. So Rosa's Thorn is the first one I've sprayed here.
Rosa's Thorn.
So this is an inspired expression of a brand new Tom Ford release. I'm sure you know what it is.
Rose Prick.
Rose Prick. Do you like Rose Prick?
I actually really do like it. I really do like it.
Yeah, me too.
It took me by surprise, to be honest, when I got it.
Yeah. So I smelled it only the other day. I don't have it with me, it's not released yet as we're filming this video, so I can't directly compare it. And I smelled it in store and I wore it on skin for a day, and it smells great. From Rose Prick I got this kind of pink rose, but it has depth as well. It has some muscularity to the fragrance, some darker notes, roasted tonka bean,
yes.
I think, in this one. And this does smell like what I smelled the other day. There's no, from what I can tell just by remembering what it smells like from a few days ago, there's no discernible difference. Is there anything that you've done differently to this composition over the Tom Ford?
So the Tom Ford, the patchouli in the Tom Ford was a little bit less than what we did here.
Okay.
So by amping the patchouli up a little bit, we actually toned down the roasted tonka accord, because otherwise it was becoming too chocolatey. You know, so by
too close to Noir de Noir,
correct.
Yeah.
So doing a little bit of rearrangement from the Rose Prick's formulation helped us like amp up the longevity. So we took away roughly 8% of Rose Prick's DNA overall by doing the tweaks, but
to improve
it's 92.5 exactly. But it really helped with the longevity.
Okay.
It's it feels like a more rounded formula. You know, Rose Prick is a little bit too happy.
Yeah.
This one takes that happiness and just makes it a little bit more polished up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I got pretty decent performance from the original as well.
Nice.
So if this is even better, then you know, if you like good performing fragrances, then this is probably one to try.
It's actually in the air around like I just cut a wall from like this side. I'm like,
Yeah. That's really that's nice. That is a really good fragrance. I'll be really interested to test that side by side with you
awesome.
to see what the differences are. But I'm really enjoying that. Good job on that one.
Thank you.
Okay.
Glad you like it, bro.
So now this is an interesting one because you all know I'm a big Enigma fan. Enigma is my favourite fragrance at the moment. You know, maybe one will come along one day and become my new favourite. But at the moment, just there's something about Enigma that I think it's the time of my life when I smelled it as well. Remember seeing it.
I've seen your video on Enigma and what it means to you and how much you like it.
Yeah.
Hence, one of the main things I was like, you know what, you really have to try this one.
So
knowing you're such a big Enigma fan.
But this is based on the old vintage label Enigma, isn't it? So not the bottle that I have.
Which one do you have?
So I have, it's not the paper label. So I've got EDP, I've got Parfum, I've got
It's the metal plaque label, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have the modern formulation, quote unquote.
Okay. Okay, so to me, this might be a paper label difference. I feel like it's a little lighter in the opening than my Parfum that I have. Maybe not as not quite as smooth and deep and rich with the cognac.
Okay.
But this is only off paper, and it may settle into that.
It develops a little bit more on skin, particularly this one, because it's from the paper label.
Yeah.
The cognac is actually amped up. So it's crazy that you're getting less of it on the paper, but do try it on your skin, like, whenever you get a chance.
Yeah, I'll definitely try.
I'm pretty sure you'll experience that little, that Coca-Cola vibe.
Yeah.
That one's like through and through this formulation, like from top all the way to the bottom.
You're definitely getting that Coca-Cola DNA. It's definitely Enigma DNA, and it smells really good. I'm really impressed with this one. And Enigma is a very expensive fragrance as well, so it's not really attainable for a lot of people. This smells great. What do you have the paper label at home? What's the difference from the metal plaque to the paper label?
The metal plaque version, some of the spicy notes that are used to create that cognac-y, slightly sweet, spiced up tobacco vibe has been toned down in the later formulation with the metal plaque from the paper label. Hence, even the paper label juice was also a little bit more
This is why it's brighter. It's spicy. It smells spicier.
Yeah.
I think that's what it must be.
That's the spices that are in the paper label with the fresh accords. Like I believe there's some bergamot in there. Just keep it from like tipping overly spiced.
Yeah.
So the bergamot is in there. So I believe the bergamot was diluted down in the modern formulation. We have that formulation too. The bergamot was diluted down, whereas in the original, the bergamot was really amped up in the paper label. So those are the differences. So even the bergamot with the peel, the green peel, comes off a little bit more spicier with the other spices that are in there. So you did say more spicy, so
it's brighter. It's brighter than what I'm used to smelling.
Bit more spicier.
Okay. So because I didn't know the difference between the two formulations, so that's interesting to.
But you've never tried the paper label before?
Nope. Never tried it. Okay.
Gotcha.
This is as close as I've got so far to that vintage formulation. So, but that smells really nice, and I can tell it's the kind of fragrance that I think those spices will really settle on skin. They will. I think it'll really mellow out and
on skin, the vanilla, it has Madagascar vanilla.
Yeah.
It really helps punch that Coca-Cola vibe through the skin even more with that Madagascar vanilla in the back end. Yeah.
Great. We'll look forward to wearing that one on skin. Okay. So this one is Supernova in the Casino. I haven't smelled this one, but I do know Supernova is your blend of the two different versions of Elysium.
Correct.
And Casino, anything Casino is Baccarat Rouge.
Right.
So this is a hybrid of so it's like a tribrid almost.
Almost. You can call it almost,
Yeah. Okay. Now, I've heard
one of my favorites, by the way.
I haven't smelled your hybrids yet, so.
Oh, it's the first time?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
First time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm really.
This is gonna be fun.
And it's two fragrances that I love. Here we go. Oh, it's so rich, isn't it? That is so. Well, it's rich, but it sparkles. So I guess you're getting the depth and the density, because I find Baccarat Rouge 540 quite a dense fragrance, sweet fragrance.
Right. A very base-heavy fragrance.
Base-heavy fragrance, exactly, which is why I think it works when you put other compositions within there to maybe fill out some of the top notes that BR 540 doesn't have. It's amazing, isn't it?
Do you mind? It's been a while.
Oh yeah. So what I love about Elysium is how it's just sparkles. It's just so invigorating, more so than Aventus. Obviously, it gets compared a little bit to Aventus, but I find it sparkles more than Aventus. And so to have that sparkle of those effervescent top notes with that deep bass that you get with Baccarat Rouge 540, it's lovely. That's good.
That fir resin, that ambery note, that burnt amber, that burnt cotton candy vibe, that sweetness.
Yeah.
Just with that grapefruit in the opening and just that juniper berry.
With those
it really works really well.
It does.
Yeah. It's a very happy fragrance, just brings a smile on your face.
Yeah. So it adds a lovely fruitiness to the Baccarat Rouge DNA. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Really nice.
Nice.
That's great. Okay, I can't wait to wear these on skin.
And please do, let me know, PM me.
Yeah.
What you thought, I'd love to get
I'll wear them on skin. I'll give you some
Especially
feedback.
Especially on the Midnight, the Enigma one.
Yeah. Okay. I just need to get hold of some paper label to compare it. Okay, so we're going to go into the next one, which is Midnight Rendezvous at Casino Royale. So obviously another Baccarat Rouge 540. Yes. What's this one mixed with?
Vintage formulation of La Nuit.
Not even just current formula, the vintage formulation.
Correct.
Okay. Now I am excited about this, Because I have a decant of a 2012 Lanui,
okay,
which I think is different to the current formulation, but again, I think it is different to the original formulation.
But it's still much better and much closer to the original formulation.
Oh, that is some lovely spices.
Yeah, the cardamom.
Yeah. Again, this kind of the livelier notes, like the spices in here with the deeper notes of Baccarat Rouge 540, just works really well.
You mind if I
go? Yeah.
Just to refresh my own memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
even the man who made it needs to refresh his memory sometimes.
We have over 250 fragrances.
Yeah, I know you've
growing.
got a big catalogue. Yeah.
Yeah, that spice, like you said, that cardamom is just.
This is like the ultimate crowd pleaser, isn't it?
It is. That was the whole idea, when we realized that both can be mixed together and both, taking keynotes of vintage formulation of La Nuit and then taking the all famous Casino Royale base and just trying to cross them together was just like, this is definitely going to work out really, really well. So after a bunch of trial and error, final formulation, we were like, yeah, exactly what is needed for today's modern world, taking an old school 2008, 2010 formulation, 2009-10 formulation, and just putting it up with the 540 sweetness. Boom, perfect mass appealing product.
It reminds me. Probably if I smelled them side by side, it wouldn't, but it just makes me think of something like Parfum de Marly Layton. It's got with that spiciness and with the richness with it as well. I'm not saying it smells the same as that, but it reminds me. It becomes that style of fragrance, a heavier fragrance. I can
actually, now that I think about Layton and the way it smells, and thinking about Layton with this formulation, it's like I can see where you're getting at. Absolutely, with the spicy notes, especially. Yeah, especially with the spicy notes and the vanilla as well. Yeah, because the vanilla with the spices is probably done around the same structure.
I think I like this even more than the previous.
Oh, really?
This one, yeah, I love that.
Nice.
But I think so. This one, you're just taking two massive crowd pleasers, throwing them together to make this ultimate crowd pleasing fragrance.
That was the aim.
Yeah.
And actually, that one was received really well. Midnight Rendezvous at Casino Royale.
Yeah.
I think we literally released it last weekend. And we only yielded like 150 bottles from our first batch.
Right.
I think it sold out like in the first 48 hours of drop. So it was widely well received so far.
This is going to be a big compliment, Getter. Yeah, I can tell.
We really have to get back to stocking that one.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, guys, this is, if you want compliments, this is definitely one to consider. Shall we talk about Dua being available in the UK soon? Is that something you want to mention or in the video?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so Mahsam is coming over for meetings, and he's trying to establish a distribution centre for Dua fragrances here in the UK.
Correct.
So there's a big market in the UK for,
there is, especially
Dua.
Like all over Europe, right? Especially with the growth we've seen in 2019. We've seen a lot of growth in the European section of our company, especially, and just realizing that it's like, what, we now have to put in some kind of put some kind of structure in place here, just to scale up and take advantage of the European market.
Because at the moment here in the UK, we have to pay that shipping from the States.
That's what kills it.
Sometimes we can get hit with the customs as well, so it makes it, it's hard work. So if we can cut that out, then that's good for us.
Yeah,
good
so
for the consumer in the UK.
What we've actually done, we've actually partnered up with a fulfillment center back home.
Yeah.
They are almost done with their VAT registration here.
Okay.
And they're going to be the sole providers of Dua fragrances on Amazon Prime UK.
So it's actually sell through Amazon Prime.
It's going to be fulfilled by Amazon on Amazon Prime.
I'm a recent Prime member and I'm loving it.
Beautiful.
Just
so that's
to order something and it's there the next day.
Exactly.
Love it.
Exactly.
Great. Oh, that's exciting news. I didn't know that. I just found out about that.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Mahsam, thank you for coming to visit me in York.
Pleasure.
I've got all these people from the fragrance community coming to York. Little old York smelling better than it ever has done in its entire history.
York is like, I was stunned the moment I got off the train, and I was like,
beautiful.
I was just, especially just you picking this location was just, this is just beauty as it, just pure nature.
The ruins of an old historic abbey here.
Amazing.
As far from LA as you can get,
This is absolutely like my Zen level just being here. It's like really up there.
Glad to hear
this is absolutely amazing.
Great. Well, thanks for coming. Thanks for bringing the fragrances.
Pleasure.
Always a pleasure to have you on FRAG-MENTAL. It's been over a year since we last did this, so
much longer.
So thanks for coming on. So that was just a bit of a different video while I had Mahsam visiting York. We thought we may as well shoot something. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, keep tuning into FM and keep smelling good.
Keep smelling good, and thank you guys.